segment, Ruth, you got to help me on this one. Two. Got to say two. All right. Hey, you know what? So I got so excited, Ruth, on segment number 1 that I forgot to mention that, segment 4, the Business Titan segment, we have Brian Garcia here today. Young Hispanic cat that's neck deep in the Hispanic business community, and we're going to talk to him in segment 4 for a full 10 minutes. And let me tell you something. This cat, I met him about 5 years ago. He went from 0 to hero. You are the man now, dude. Correct. Yes, correct.
Love it.
Brian says correct. I think you started something now, Ruth. So how do you say that in Spanish, stud?
Correcto.
Correcto.
Put an extra O there.
And a little rolling of the R's.
Yeah.
I can do that. All right. Correcto. All right. Anyway, segment 2. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. Now, Ruth, we're lucky to have you today because, we've talked about this several times over the years. You have been in print media a very long time.
A very, very long time.
Certainly seasoned in this genre. And we talked about it a little bit in segment 1, how some of our, you do and I do, and I'm sure Brian does too, we work with women, especially younger women, who are just taking the world over. Mm-hmm. I think even Miss Hillary Clinton said a couple weeks ago that the future is female. And I've been saying that for a long time.
You have.
I've been saying that for a long time, that the day has come where it's not only not going to be abnormal to see a woman in charge. It's almost like you almost expect it now.
Right.
So that they have their hands on everything. So I know there's glass ceilings that still need to be broken, and there's just no doubt in my mind that they will. It's just a matter of time. But why I wanted to talk to you is most of the women I work with, they've kind of come on the scene because of the year that they were born, before the days of, when women did not have the opportunities they have now.
Correct.
They really, we said a little bit in segment 1, my mother, she worked in a secretarial pool, and there was nothing more than that. There was no way she was going to be a manager. There was no way she was going to be a district manager or a CFO or a CEO. She was on that typewriter. She was on a typewriter.
Right.
Now, you've been around long enough where you have tasted that in your life. And I remember you telling me stories where you've literally had to break down walls and deal with men at the time who did not have the mindset that most men have now. Not all of us. And I want you to kind of give me a little bit of your thoughts about that, and because you are a pioneer in print media, especially in this town, about that and how you basically would not accept that.
Well, I could tell you a really good story, but it's too long, so I'll have to cut it really short.
Okay.
But my own personal opinion is you always value yourself. Don't ever let anyone underestimate your power. As a female, I don't care. You're just as important, if not more so, because, again, women make 99.9% of all the decisions in the world, and without us, the guys really would not be here. And I really do mean that. So, with that said, I can still remember the first job I walked out of. The guy informed me that even though I was more qualified to do the same job that this gentleman was doing, he was going to be paid $10 more an hour than what I was. And you can only imagine, if anyone knows me, exactly what I said. Slam my head down on the hand, my hand,
not your
down,
head.
my hand down on the desk, and walked out. Walked through another door and went to work for a gentleman that did value women, because again, women make the decisions. Women are important, but the number one thing is just remember you're so important. I mean, the guys don't know as much as what us women do, even though we let them think they know more. But we are very, very important, and just remember, your self-worth is so, so valuable. We raise kids, we have companies. I mean, just the amount of things that we do on our own. Just remember everyone, and that's me. I mean, but I've always had that mindset. My dad taught me in all my years of growing up, as Ruth Ann, anything you set your mind to do, you can do. And I valued that statement. I always have. I believe in it because everyone, whatever you set your mind to do, you can accomplish.
And with that, okay, and it's so true because, you at that time, it was so easy for people in position of power to pretty much just say that. Just, you're not as qualified as the next guy, but, I'm going to give them more money because that's just the way it is, and that's the way it is. And, if you don't like it, I'm sorry, and you were part of that generation that started to push back on the norms. And again, if you had any advice for our younger entrepreneur ladies who probably don't, in some ways I think they have their own demons to deal with. Sometimes I'm amazed how much women are concerned about what they look like, how they look. Because it's true.
It's very
they're
important.
judged on they're more how they look than what they've accomplished.
Correct.
And I still think
Correct.
that's an issue today.
It is. It is.
And women tend to fall into that trap all the time. So we got about three minutes left. So from 1970 to 2017, we've literally have a generation. We've had a generation. What do you think younger women, that maybe in their early 20s, early 30s, that are really starting to get up to the age where either they're going to have to make something work and make some money, or they're going to end up in their 50s with nothing?
Correct.
Any advice?
Set your goals. Sit down with a piece of paper and a pencil and figure out what you want to do in your life. And don't let anyone tell you you can't do it. Do not give up. Follow those dreams, accomplish those goals. And on a day-to-day basis, everyone that tells you no, that only means you're going to be more determined to get that yes. And you can accomplish anything you want to. And women, no matter what age, I know women that are still in their 80s that it's like, oh my God, are you kidding me? You're still working and love what they do. I can mention some off the top of my head, like, oh my God, you're kidding me. And personalities. Again, anything you want to do, just remember, sit down, figure out what you want to do in life, where you want to go, and get that accomplished. Don't give up. And yes, you're going to get no's. And you're going to get probably more no's from a guy, a gentleman, an owner of a company that is a male, than any other thing. But the number one is you're going to run into someone that actually appreciates your knowledge, your beauty, and what you can accomplish because you're determined.
That's right. So there's a little bit of advice from someone who knows, who was there kind of, especially in the print game here in town, who was there in the beginning. And, you talk about don't give up. You're going to get kicked. You're going to get put on your ass a few times. But you just got to get up. You got to keep shaking it off. Las Vegas Women's Magazine. It's been, Tammy's had it 5 or 6 years now.
Nine.
Like I said, 9 years now. And I've been around for that long. So 9 years now. And it wasn't what it was back then that it is now.
Right.
Absolutely. And it's I know, and we're not going to get into it, but some of the mountains she had to fly that magazine over were pretty tall and pretty steep.
They were.
And now, like I said, Las Vegas Women's Magazine is above the fray. It's exciting to see, and I say to people all the time, if you want to study a brand, Danny Vegas is great. We love that. But Las Vegas Women's Magazine, you could teach a class on that brand.
Absolutely.
That is a bona fide power brand. Okay, we all want to be power brands. I think Danny Vegas has been flirting with that for a number of years, but a significant power brand that their name goes on it, it automatically raises the entity up.
Keep the drama out of your life and keep the fun in, and you will always, always be successful.
I think that's the $1 million line right there. Keep the drama out of your life and just have fun.
Correct.
All right. We're getting to segment 3 right after this. Coming up next.